All right, we are back in the studio for the Earlene and Steve show. We're so with all the news that's the news across the nation. Earlene, we got a special person in studio today. You want to talk about her? Yeah?
Yep. You know what?
You know her? I know her.
I know her.
She's kind of been here a while.
I knew her before you knew her.
Yeah, I know you knew her.
I'm just saying.
I know you know.
I mean, but I still know her.
I know. Well, so we have a person. You might see her all the time when you come in to pay your subscription. But Jaden, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Go ahead. What's her last name, Stephen?
Jaden Bowen.
Oh,
Thank you.
very good.
I know.
Very good.
I updated the IT stuff. Don't make fun of me now.
You know, her promotion's going to cost you a new nameplate. A new desk.
How do you figure?
Well, because the one you gave her for Christmas says no, it says Bowen, but it says administrative.
We'll do the little line through, send it back over there, and put sales.
You know, that's as bad as when people do that with their business cards. People get their business cards and they cross it out and they write a new phone number.
Can I not get the little brother, the labeler, and just put the label over the top of it for now?
No, you're
temporarily.
No, we're gonna have to order a new one.
Well, technically, she's dual-hatted right now.
Right now, she is, but we'll get that fixed.
Yeah. So, Jaden, welcome to the show. You are now on the camera, so everybody's just looking at you. But you know, we have sat down in full length. We've talked about a lot of the things that we're doing coming up. Earlene, you've even been vital to a lot of that discussion about how you can advertise with us. If you do any type of marketing today, they will tell you multi-layer marketing is what works, and we've created that platform for our local community beyond the newspaper because simply that's what you need to do if you want to get your product out. The interesting part is that we do it across our website, our social media, which is growing. I think this time last year, we've gone up almost 5,000 people that now follow our social media from Fort Knox to all over the world,
and
honestly.
So go ahead and clarify what our social media is. It's Facebook.
It's YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter right now.
Right.
And then, no, we're not on TikTok. I didn't do TikTok purposely because, hey, look what's happening to TikTok. We are integrating the Instagram feature.
We're trying.
Yeah, well, I've got that worked out. It's coming soon. But the integration with Instagram will come when we actually launch our student involvement. And I know, Earlene, we're actually going to have some advertising out this week talking about, not this week, next week, we're looking for writers. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, we are actually looking for writers. Now, listen, a lot of people think that there's an age requirement on writing, and there really isn't. You just have to be able to formulate sentences, write with decent grammar, because I'll clean it up. If you give me something that's a hot mess, I'll usually clean it up before we go to press. But we're looking for someone that can really focus on the children. We're looking for people who will go to Stuart Pepper Middle School. And if you are a parent and you go to these games anyway, you need to get a hold of me. You need to give me a phone call or send me an email, and we will go ahead and try to, and if you're interested, we can get you going with that.
Yep.
More things with the high school, more things with Stuart Pepper.
You can contact us in the chat of this. You can message us on Messenger. You can call us at 270-422-2155, and you can hit number, I think it's 3, and that goes right to Earlene's desk. Number 1 goes to Jaden's desk. So any of those options, if you wanted to make contact, or you could write us a letter to
you can
admin
email me at Earlene.Bohannon at the Messenger Kentucky, and it's just KY. Don't spell out Kentucky.
or
KY.
admin at the Messenger KY.
Yep, I'll get it done too. Yeah, any of that. So if you are interested in doing any of that stuff, we really do want to increase the amount of coverage we have, and not just for sports. We want to know about club news. We want to know about cheerleadings. We want to know about grades. I mean, just anything like that. One of the things that we just got finished doing last week, and it was so much fun, was National Hug Your Puppy Day. And so we put out a call saying, hey, for the next 5 days, we will receive your pictures of you with your puppy. Be hugging your puppy, and we will, not only will we publish it, but then we're going to put all of those names of people that sent one into a cup and pull one out. And we waited until our co-op, our high school co-op girl got here and let her handle that. And she did pull out a winning ticket, so to speak. Our winner is Allison Masterson. And I'm not quite sure what kind of dog she's got laying there, but he was as big as a couch.
Yeah.
And she was hugging all over him.
It looked like a Labrador.
I don't know that that's a Labrador. That looks like, I don't know.
Well, it's such a tiny photo. So here's what they did. They took all of the entries and they folded them up into little corners, little squares. And I think the picture is about as big as the one you'd get from the photo booth.
Am I on?
Yep, you're on. And anyway,
it's bigger than this in the paper. This is just
hold it up one more time. Yeah, I can't even zoom in on that. Yeah. That's tiny. But I picked from the hat, and that's what came out. And our co-op student, Ryan Meyer, did a great job putting that together. So
she did. And the winner won a $20 gift card to one of our sponsors, Terry Hoovery, over at Lakeside Bar and Grill. So the winner, it's a win-win for everybody. It's a win-win for our sponsor. It's a win-win for the young lady that won the prize, and so we're pretty excited.
Right.
These are the kind of things that we're looking forward to moving on. We had a great. Have you been on social media today? Speaking of social media, have you been on there in the past 10 minutes?
No. What did we do?
Oh, you might want to check it out. Yeah, you're kind of getting a lot of attention.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Why?
You'll have to go look.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, so we're having.
You
a lot
didn't do a birthday thing on social media, did you?
Oh my God! I don't know. Oh my goodness! Yeah.
Wow. Well, you know what? So
Stephen Laick is 53 years
Shut
old,
the front
boys
door.
and girls. 53.
So, by the way, I have to give it up to you guys. Thank you so much. I know we've been crazy busy with the weather and everything else that was coming out. It was just super nasty, but you guys, they surprised me. They took me out to lunch today, and they let me get work done, and then they were like, okay, it's time to go, and we all left, and it was very nice. And Earlene's chocolate cupcakes, and she remembered my favorite color, got me a candle, and saying happy birthday.
His favorite color is orange. So we
Thank
gave
you.
him an orange
Thank you.
candle
I'm changing.
blowout.
That might be what my mic says.
Yeah.
Orange. Anyway, but yeah, it was very sweet. Thank you guys. Happy birthdays. Jaden, you have. You just got on board. You started making calls last week. You've already been making rounds. You got a super list coming up. We are, in fact, I've got to get with David this week, but the Fair Board has asked or already reached out to talk about the Fair magazine this year. Yes. So you're already working on the Fair magazine. We're finishing up the Meade County catalog because we're kind of tying it into tourism and Meade County. And we have an integration plan to get it out to new arrivals to the area and everything else. So you want to talk a little bit about that and where you're kind of going with the community?
Yeah, absolutely. So the magazine is trying to reach out to everything. Like you said, we're trying to get everything put together in one, so it's easier, it's more simple. It's easier to make, really, as well.
Yeah.
And it puts everything out there. I mean, we're trying to get to Fort Knox. We're trying to do Ratcliffe. We're trying to do Corden. We're trying to make sure everybody sees it because everybody's growing.
Right.
Sure.
And we have good deals going on right now. We have sponsorship ads going on. Your business or anybody really can get this deal. It's called a $500 deal, and it's a 2x4 color ad, but it doesn't guarantee you color. It only guarantees 2 weeks out of the 4 weeks that it runs, unless you guarantee it color for an extra upcharge of $100. But
so you're saying for 4 weeks at $600, I could be all color.
it could be all color.
Is that just the newspaper?
No, it is not. So it is social media once a week post.
Okay.
So that reaches, our Twitter, our Facebook.
Right.
And then we also have our website. And that is an every single day website. You can choose where it goes. I believe it's a sidebar.
Yep.
From my understanding, yes, it's a sidebar post, and it'll go on there every week. It just gets your name out there, especially since
it's there 24/7, and it rotates every 8 seconds.
Yep, rotates every 8 seconds, and especially since our younger age is getting out there and reading more. Social media is definitely
we do have a new audience in that group.
We do.
Yeah,
we really do, and especially since Meade County itself is growing, I think more younger kids are starting to branch into it and read more because we have more. Not a lot of people post about the high schools. Not a lot of people post about the games. So I think that's where a lot of people are coming for information is our stuff. So and that's at least what I've heard.
Yeah.
So.
And we've seen it in our numbers too, and the comments and responses too. So I think it's exciting. It is a good multi-layered platform. I think we've worked very hard over the last year, and it's impressive when you look at our numbers from our end. But before, if it was just the newspaper, you wouldn't get much coverage for an ad. So now we kind of give a little bit more of a guarantee. I think so.
Well, I'm super excited to have Jaden on in our sales department because, for one thing, she grew up with so many of these businesses. I mean, she's got history with them. Some of these people that she's going to now as a young married woman selling advertisement to, they remember when she was 2 and 3 years old, and they're like, "Oh my goodness, look how much you've grown up!"
Right?
Yeah. And then I've given her some names of people I've known. And by the way, if you went to school with me 1st through 8th grade, anywhere at Central Elementary, St. James R. Allen, Brandenburg Junior High, or Battletown School, and she shows up and drops my name, you just go ahead and sign on the dotted line, because that's what we're going to do. She also has a lot of really exciting ideas, too, that I'm going to go ahead and mention, and if I don't get it right, she'll jump in and correct me. Yeah. But we're going to do this a 2x2 for I Love You for Valentine's Day. Yep. And absolutely anybody can do that. Like, if you love your spouse, if you love your mama, if you love your grandbaby, whatever. It's a little 2x2 ad for $20, and you can write whatever you want to in it, and we're going to put together the big page with a bunch of beautiful red hearts and roses and everything.
You'll get a little bit more of a sentence than the little hearts candy.
Oh yeah.
And a 2x2, you get a little bit, and that's super cheap for a 2x2.
Oh shoot, yeah,
We used to do that all the
time. Right? And that I remember doing that in high school, and everybody, it was just such a cute, fun thing to do.
It was simple. It got the word out.
You can even say, "I love my Catbird Road neighborhood."
Yeah.
You know, it can be anything.
Are you going to be doing the love letters again?
We're going to do the love letters again.
Shut the front door.
No, we are. Those were so sweet. So we're going to do that as well during February. Jumping way ahead to March, we're going to offer businesses can buy a 2x2 ad for $17.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
That is just crazy.
That is super. Oh, 17 for 17th of March.
Yes.
I love it.
St. Patrick's Day.
That's
yes.
exciting.
And so in our sales and ad team, we're already putting together a thing like something like the rainbow
and
pot of gold.
Yeah, or have something like that on it. So
I love it.
Yeah, and that's just to thank our businesses. And any business, like if you've kind of been on the fence and you haven't done it yet, I mean, $17. You can barely buy lunch at McDonald's for $17. So
that's right.
Yeah, so it's a great deal.
Now, obviously, that time of the year, March, we're building up for spring, and then you got Easter following coming in April. So there's a lot happening between the middle of March and April, because we've also got kids out of school, and they're going to be going on spring break and some other things. So I'm kind of excited about what we will have in store regarding our next 3 months. So,
well, I love that as an administrative staff that we've all gotten together, and we've gone ahead and kind of outlined the first quarter of the year. So we pretty much know what we're doing from January 1st through the 1st of May.
Yeah.
Yeah, so January, February, March, and April, we kind of already have our eyes on that. We're looking at April Fool's Day. We're looking at the Easter coloring contest. We're going to do baskets again, where businesses put together a basket and donate it, and we'll give those away.
Very
so
cool.
we've got a lot of cool stuff coming up.
So, the news. A lot of stuff happened in fiscal court and some other things. So, you know, they spent a lot of time putting a big plan together, and there are some exciting plans for Muldra. I just got a class on this because I said Muldra.
He said Muldra.
It ain't Muldra. It's Muldra.
Well, and she said it's Muldrow.
I grew up half my life in Muldrow, and I've just always said Muldrow. That's where my dad was from. So
Gotcha.
people say it differently.
Yeah.
Well, Muldra has a lot of things going on. Our writer Anastasia Basham, she did a really great job.
Sweet.
Yep, she went to the city council meeting. It was last Monday. It's the first Monday of the month, and so she was saying that Mayor Lee has decided he's announcing that the city is beginning to interview because they need to fill up a couple of the police department. They need a new chief of police.
Where is
Danny?
Danny going?
I don't know where he's going, but I do know he put in his resignation before the end of the year.
Okay.
And I don't even know if he's left yet, but I do know that they need to replace him. Danny Cannell, which he's wonderful. He, you know, he was here. He was on the when I met him, he was a deputy for the Meade County. Then he went to Muldra, and now he's going elsewhere. Yeah. So the mayor also said that they need another police officer in Muldra. Okay. And so he talked a little bit about that.
Are they going to start a restaurant tax to pay for that?
I don't know, Stephen Laick.
Kidding, I'm teasing. It was humorous.
Oh, not that humorous. Anyway, disregard him. He obviously had too much chocolate cake today.
I did. I blame it on the chocolate cake.
we'll
What did
blame
you
it on
put in the chocolate cake, Earlene?
I'm not gonna tell you. So anyway, they also are discussing. You'll have to pick up the paper. It'll be out. Some people will be able to get it Wednesday. Everybody will be able to get it by Thursday of this week. But the mayor also discussed a rate increase for their water there.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah. And so you can read about that. But the thing that I was excited about when I was editing this.
Wait. Can we stay tuned and I use that as a break to get them to come back?
Yes.
All right, because I want to talk. I got to get our sponsors in, and that'll make y'all want to come right back. So listen to the sponsor ad. Ray's Ford. Thank you for sponsoring this episode this week. Thank you so much. Ray has and his team over there, and his son Chris. They've got a great lineup of cars and automobiles. But not only that, they also have amazing service. Speaking of which, I got to call them because I need to get a service on my vehicle. But they are the great spot. You don't have to drive your car there to get it serviced. They'll come pick you up if you're local in the Brandenburg area or within their service range. They will come and pick you up. They will pick up your car and they'll take it over to the shop and they'll come back and drop it off. So Joe Redman is also one of our sponsors. He is your local handyman. Call 270-668-2858 for all your landscaping needs. He does landscaping, decks, interior. He's just your local everyday handyman. So if there's something you need done around the house or inside the house, he's the guy to call. Get his team on board and they'll come out and make your new space, or old space, new. Also, you can take a look at Terry Hubry. I get busted for saying this wrong all the time. With the Doe Valley Lakeside and Grill, Bar and Grill. I said that wrong, didn't I?
It's Grill and Bar.
It says Bar and Grill on that.
Maybe it is Bar and Grill.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, they're this week's sponsor as well. They actually started breakfast this Sunday.
And let me tell you, it was awesome. It was awesome. And Eddie and I ran over there as soon as the preacher quit his talking.
Yeah.
We ran right over there and got some food, and it was delicious.
Yep, and you can call them. I got to go backwards now. Hold on a second. See how to do that. Anyway, you can call them for catering and everything else that you need. Our final sponsor is Laick Appliance. You can call them at 270-668-8292. They service what they sell. You can also go to their website at www.pollocksappliance.com, where they have their entire lineup of appliances. And no, you don't have to go to Elizabethtown or Louisville to find a good deal on an appliance. You can go right here locally and check out the appliances. But you were talking about the breakfast this Sunday over there, and I thought it was very cool because they were open till 2, which meant you could leave church. So if you had a little bit of a long-winded preacher session, which we did, you could still go over there and catch breakfast without having to rush down the bypass to get there. But
and you know how you can tell when a pancake has come out of the freezer and they just warmed it up, or they were homemade.
Yeah.
These were definitely homemade. Eddie got the pancakes with the bacon. I got an omelet. We both got home fries, and they were home fries. And coffee was great. I mean, it was good. It was really good. And they had both fireplaces roaring.
Oh. Especially on Sunday, it was
snowing.
It was frigid.
Yeah, and it was snowing while we were in there, so it was very cozy.
I always like the view from there.
I do too.
Yeah. So, all right. And now this exciting news. You were excited.
Muldrow.
Well, you finished Muldrow, but then you said there's something. No, you were about to go into this exciting thing from the editorial.
No, I wasn't. I was going to finish discussing Muldrow.
Oh, well, whatever it was, everybody's been waiting for it.
They're going to get a water park.
What?
Yes.
Muldrow's getting a water park.
Yes, a splash park in front of City Hall if the grant is approved. And
why don't they put it over by Otter Creek and help boost that area?
Well, I don't know. That would be a good idea too, though.
Yeah.
That would be a great idea.
I was about to say, I can't remember. I don't even know where they're going to put that.
Well, it says here that they're going to put it between the current playground and the basketball court, and they're going to equip it with a picnic area. Wouldn't that just be fabulous?
Oh, so all that dead concrete area off the 31W and back.
Is it going to be a water park or a splash
pad?
A
splash pad.
Okay.
No,
well,
I like splash
I
pads.
don't know. What's that meaning? A water park sounds a little...
I feel like a water park has more rides on it.
Yeah.
And splash pad's just a flat piece of ground.
And the kids love splash pads too, though.
I like it. I can dig it.
So anyway, what was it that you thought I was going to talk about? Otter Creek? What do you think I was
No,
gonna talk about?
I thought you said something there was something special coming in the paper. I didn't know you had something special for Muldra.
Well, no, is coming out in this week's paper.
Huh?
So if you pick it up and you turn to the page,
they don't need to get it now. They already know what it's going to be in it.
Oh no, I didn't tell
Just
them the
kidding.
details.
I'm teasing. I know.
I didn't go into any.
Well, so that is left up to in the air because I'm still wondering. I want to go read it now. So
Yeah, right. So, and then we have two other things from former Judge Joe Hager. He wrote two stories. He covered the Meade County Fiscal Court, and he also covered the Brandenburg City Council meeting this week. And he talked a little bit more about how Meade County is going to absorb Otter Creek again.
Yeah,
that's coming back. Yeah.
Let me tell you, so there is some big stuff going with that's going to be beneficial to our Meade County residents and for tourism in the upcoming. I think the interesting concerns I have is obviously the Meade County or the Brandenburg City held its first meeting with all of its newly elected officials.
Right.
So you can guarantee that they're probably going to start having those discussions again about the taxes and everything else. I did have a happen chance engagement. I ran into one of the newly elected, and they said they had just completed their training at the state. So, it sounds like they're ready to rock and roll and represent the citizens of Brandenburg. So, a lot of interesting stuff. So, pack the halls of these meetings so you can be involved in their decision-making process, because there's a lot of stuff on the table for not only fiscal court but for Brandenburg City.
Well, and that's the thing too. There's so many rumors that go around, and most rumors are discussed on social media. And they're like, well, I heard this and I heard that.
Yet with no supporting information.
Exactly.
It's been like that forever.
I know.
Yeah,
I know it has.
Unfortunately.
And unfortunately, we are probably not going to change it just because we tell people, why don't you get the facts before you discuss it? And sometimes there is a voice of reason that pops in, and it doesn't matter. Some people, it just wouldn't matter. No matter what you say, they're already on their own agenda. They've made up their mind. They know what they're going to do, and they're going to continue on regardless of what they've heard.
Yes, and I think there's some goodness in some of the things that are being discussed, but there's still a lot of question to be had, and that's what the public process is about. It's not for tearing it out on social media. If you really want to get involved, show up at the meetings, voice your concerns, call the elected officials, speak with them about your concerns. Don't yell at them. Ask them the tough questions. I know we are asking them tough questions. And as they get answers, so far they've answered every question we've asked. But there is certain information that they're limited on being able to obtain, and we're hoping to work with getting some of those unanswered.
Well, and I've got an interview that's in process, and once I complete that interview, I'll be writing my findings into a story that I think will be pretty interesting.
Yep.
Before we go any further, I do want to say that the Messenger, Kentucky, we extend our condolences to the Owens family.
Yes.
Over the weekend, their 12-year-old son, Trey, died in an automobile accident. It was out on the bypass. It was right in front of the Meade County Christian schools and McDonald's in that area. And speaking of social media, there's been tons already about it on there. But one good thing about the social media right now regarding Trey's death is the county and city, they're just coming out in droves to help these people. There's lots of fundraisers going on.
I've seen many of them.
Yeah, like I just saw this morning about Lynn's Pens. They're doing a fundraiser. One of the ladies has worked out where she's selling bracelets with Trey's name on it. It says Forever 12. I do know that Mr. Gaddy's is having a thing this Thursday where if you go in there to eat, but you have to say when you order that you're there to support the Owens family. They're going to give a portion of their sales that day to help cover the funeral expenses, and they've got a GoFundMe, and those are pretty easy to find. If
they're everywhere, especially right now. I mean, it's popped up about 5 times.
Yeah. And so anyway, I mean, he was a 7th grader at Stuart Pepper Middle School, and when you're in a community this small, this close, this tight, when something like this happens, it just rocks all of us.
So I just want to say to the guy that looked at me when he was coming in, it was later in the afternoon. That accident had occurred right about after church. And I was actually running errands to get stuff. And they were still there probably around 2-3 o'clock. Or they were there a long time. And I ran into a guy when I went into one of the local stores, and he said, "I don't understand this town. Is it always like this?" And I looked at the guy and I said, "If the police are there blocking the traffic, I can just tell you that accident didn't go in somebody's favor, and it will always be like that in order to investigate."
Yeah.
And
right.
out of respect for that family, I would just take a level of understanding, and I was very calm to the guy, but he was just super mad because you know how frustrating it is when you see all the lights going on and it's like they've been there all this time and you still can't get up the road. Well, if you were knowing Meade County, you'd know the back roads and you get around and you make adjustments because once the word gets out that that's there, you probably want to find a way around. It's going to be there a while.
Kudos to them. I mean, even to WMMP, you know, kudos to everybody that has a way to communicate. They let people know. It's
absolutely.
Closed off. The road is definitely closed off.
Don't you ever plug that. No, I'm just kidding. But everybody on social media was out there, and this guy, you could tell, he's an out-of-towner. And I can say that now because I've been here long enough to know the back roads. If you know the back roads, you're not from out of town.
Do you back
no
your
more.
truck in yet?
Yes, I do that all the time.
All right. You can say.
Anyway, look, folks, we live in a small area. We don't have a thriving city police department. We're not the LA or New York City police department. We have a team of phenomenal deputies and sheriffs and city police, and they're limited, but their resources are also supported by local state officials that we have to wait on to get here, especially when an incident like this weekend happened. So just be patient. Heck, I was on 1638. There was an accident this morning. I don't even know the outcome of that one yet, but it was tough. And in today's times with these airbags, the side airbag goes up, the front airbag goes up, and you can't see in the car. Those police, the first responders, they don't know what's going to be on the other side of that airbag when they open it up, and so it takes time for all that stuff, especially with everybody's lawyer and wanting to sue somebody in today's modern times. They just have to be very cautious to make sure they get the full report.
And I just want to remind everybody, you know, we need to love each other, regardless of whether or not we agree on everything or not. When something like this happens, we need to be supportive and love one another. And the other thing is, right now, everybody is in complete shock over this this young man's death. A couple of weeks from now, 2 or 3 weeks down the road, we still need to be loving on them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's other people in our community that we've lost that still require the same level of attention.
Exactly.
So, you know, Jaden, you're on here this week. We're glad to have you on this show. We've been doing this show now it's over 3 months now, Earlene.
It started a couple of days after my 60th birthday, and that was in October.
Every single day, all I hear is Earlene, 2 o'clock, we gotta go.
I know.
Yeah, we're
2
late
It's 2
today.
o'clock. Let's go.
We both got back. Yesterday, we shut the office down because it was a national holiday. Some people think it was a holiday for other reasons, but it was Martin Luther King
Day. That's why we were closed.
But the inauguration was yesterday, and we were all just enjoying the day. I know my wife's birthday was yesterday too, so it was not only my birthday recently, but it was Vicky's birthday. So we were celebrating that yesterday. Of course, she would say that her best birthday present was not any of the gifts we got her, but I'll leave that alone.
Leave that alone.
Yeah, and then, but you know, it's interesting to come back. We were so busy. We're sorry we were so late because we were grinding out and make sure we had everything together.
I was the one that reminded me.
Well, and part of that,
and now she's mad because she's on the show today.
No, we're like, well, then you come along. Part of that is because we went out and we ate
we
carbs,
did eat. We had a great lunch.
and then we had the chocolate cake, and we came back and we all need a nap.
I didn't I was been grinding in there trying to get work done.
Well,
not
you know.
me.
You know what? I read this.
Are you following up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Her mom's over there going, stay awake, stay awake.
Is she really? I can't even hear that in my office. I'm trying to get work done.
So, you know, here's the thing, though. I did read something. I can't remember where I read it at, but it said that naturally our bodies want to hibernate because we're mammals.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, everything is cooled off. It's nobody needs to rush to buy Christmas presents or anything anymore.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be our quiet time.
Listen, when I was in high school, all I heard was teachers like, I have to keep my room very, very cold for you kids to stay awake. No. If it's cold, I'm going to sleep.
I want to sleep when it's cold.
I want to sleep if it's cold.
Yeah, me too. And studies do show that you sleep better in a cold room.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of where we're at right now. Like this morning, I did not want to leave my cozy, warm house to come over here.
Have you seen the guy, Brian Johnson? He's the guy that says, I don't want to die. He actually says there's a series coming out. He's covered in Time magazine, but he actually contributes prolonged life right now in studies for everything he's doing is related to sleep. Sleep. So he said proactivity, his life, all the biometrics they're measuring on him and everything else to extend life. One of them is sleep. Of course, diet is the other one, and many other things. I hope to see that full report because, I mean, I'm not saying I want to live forever, but, you know, if there was a better way to take care of my, you know,
I just want to be healthy while I live.
That's it.
Like whenever the Lord calls me home, that's fine. That's his business. He's already made that decision. But I do want to be healthy before I go. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to linger and not be well and not be able to take care of myself. And, you know.
No, I say it's an interesting read. Look him up. His name is Brian Johnson, and there's supposed to be a documentary out about it, which is pretty interesting. So, anyway, all right. Going into the community calendar, but before we do that, I want to do one last actually, no, we're going to go into the community calendar, then we're going to do the sponsors, and then we'll close it out. But go ahead. I know January 30th, so the month is not quite over, but there is a lot of things going on. You can look at them all in the paper, but, you know, there's a bounce house and indoor play zone at Sadowski Center for Fort Knox, among many other things. Muldra Baptist, I said it right? Muldra Baptist Church Men's Bible Study, Apostoli Coffee. What is that? Is that Apostoli Coffee?
That's the name of the place. That's the name of the coffee.
It's coffee. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. At Radcliffe at 6 p.m. And then there is also an indoor disc golf putting league at the shop in Brandenburg at 6 p.m.
I see that going. I could see.
I could. Well, there's so many people that. Oh, yeah, but there's so many people that love disc golf.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a huge.
I can't wait till we get. What's the thing with the? It's not tennis, but it's
pickleball.
Pickleball. Yeah. I actually kind of liked playing that. So, well, anyway.
Listen, one of my favorite things to do with them kids at Doe Valley Camp was play tennis with them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love tennis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and trivia night. There's trivia night. Well, there's actually trivia nights all over the place. But you can get all of that in the paper this week.
Are you going to admit that we came in dead last on the trivia night that we all just went
Well, that's because we went all in, and I totally agreed with that. I mean, but yes, we went dead last at trivia night at Hubry's. Yeah, and then you got January 31st, karaoke, there's Fort Knox, there's open table pottery night. All of these things are in the community calendar.
Yeah.
And we got stuff going into February. Yeah. I mean, there's tons of stuff.
Yeah. So. I mean, shout out to Tammy Beasley because she puts this together. And I know, because I had to do it for a couple of months. And it's a lot of hard work to put this community calendar together. On one hand, you think, well, people will just call us and tell us, and they won't always do that. So it's really important because one of the things that people said they wanted from us was a good community calendar. They were like, we want to see what's going on. And then I tell people all the time, we're going to cover everything from Fort Knox to all across Meade County. And it's because we are so dependent upon our military friends, you know, whether they're active duty, retired, or dependent of the military. I mean, a lot of our success is dependent upon them. So when we have people who are living here in Brandenburg that are in the military, you know, they don't know everything that's going on either. And a lot of people don't realize that you don't have to be affiliated with the military to go to Fort Knox to enjoy these things.
Speaking of all of our nonprofits and those who are doing a lot of these events, we also have a fundraising activity that helps you raise the money with a lot of our advertisers and sponsors to help you get the right sponsorship you need. You should also get in touch with Jaden about that as we continue to work to ways to help improve all of these organizations, especially the school organizations that are out there. But the one event that I want to talk about that is awesome is also the breakfast at the VFW Club number 11404 in Brandenburg at from 8 to 10 a.m. That is actually a group that gets attention, but it doesn't get enough attention. But that's where our veterans are, their wives and the other participants. And I would encourage you, because that's open to the public. You don't have to be a VFW member to go, but you can go and enjoy their breakfast there at the VFW.
So Stephen Spahn, it's in the paper that came out last Thursday. He just wrote a really excellent story about the VFW. I didn't know they did breakfast once the first Saturday of every month.
Yeah.
And it's not very expensive at all. It's like $8 or something like that. This past Saturday, they had a fundraiser, fish fry fundraiser, and it was $10. And so they do all this stuff, and then all the monies that they make go back into the Meade County community.
I think it's a brilliant. Another thing that I think we're getting ready to start too is the senior citizen menu for what they're doing for their lunches, and we're going to try to keep you posted on that.
I put multiple phone calls and messages out to the senior citizens.
Give us a call, please, because we're trying to work with you.
We want to put out lots of good stuff about your organization.
All right. Back to you, Earlene.
You want me to continue with the community calendar on my end?
Yeah, I'm going to get the sponsors ready.
We're trying to be really cool, but what happened is when we were handing out our notes, I accidentally handed him the first part of the notes.
And I got the second half.
No, I've got the second half.
No, you got the second half. I got the first half.
You have the first half.
That's what
Welcome
I said.
to the Earlene and Steve show, for sure. Anyway, did you know that Muldrow United Methodist Church is going to have a volunteer income tax assistant tax prep? So if you really just don't know how to do your taxes, if you just really don't know how to do your taxes, you can go over there, and people there who know what they're doing can help you, at least point you in the right direction.
That sounds good.
And it's free. And there's lots of other stuff going up. There is a pickleball at the open gym at Stithen Baptist Church. That's in Radcliffe, right across from Aldi's. So if you want to get your wintertime pickleball fix, you can do that. There's line dancing at the shop. And then lots of other stuff. The Old State Capitol, VFW, and Corden, they're going to have a trivia night. I like trivia nights.
Trivia night's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. And then bingo. Bingo, we just had a story written about that last week as well. Bingo is something that was hugely popular when I was young.
Did they do that at our library? Meade County Library?
That bingo?
I thought they do it at the fairgrounds, don't they?
They do it at the fairgrounds for sure. And then a couple of other places do it.
Okay.
But Tammy went around looking for people that do bingo, and it's not as popular as it used to be.
I've been trying to get my husband to go with me. He refuses.
I like bingo.
I like bingo. It's
I can't
fun.
keep up with them old ladies though,
I'll
man.
go with
They're
you.
like
You and I
they're
can go.
double handing, going chunka 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 chunka.
Oh yeah,
and stacking their
they'll
cards.
put like 4 or 5 cards out at once, and they've got their little
suplexes and all that.
Oh yeah. Oh
They're
yeah.
fast.
I know. And bingo. Oh yeah.
And don't call bingo in there and play a joke, because they will attack you. It's
they
like
will.
they'll jump up. It's like watching an Adam Sandler movie and they just attack you.
Yeah. No, you don't want to do that. So, what about that red dye?
Man, I'm so glad they did that.
I am too.
It's been decades. I've read all this stuff. It's funny, right? Because they used to ban it on social media because big industry didn't want you to know this. But like in other countries, even Mountain Dew is banned overseas.
Wait, what are we talking about?
We're talking about red dye.
So
Red
Skittles.
dye.
The red dye that's in
is made out of red dyes.
Skittles.
Doritos has red dyes. None of it's good for you. It's
Some
not
of
good for your body. It's
A
not good for your-
certain type of red dye. I got to be specific.
I think it's red dye 3, right, or
I'm gonna
something
look
like
it. Now
that.
you got me to get it the
It's
exact.
banned?
It is.
Oh,
It is
yeah,
banned
they
in other countries because
in
it
other
causes
countries,
cancer.
It's been banned forever. It does. It causes cancer. It's just not good for you at all. And it's in a bunch of our stuff. So the staplers are now over in Germany, and she's like,
Red dye number
everything
3.
here tastes so much better because they don't allow the same additives that we just throw in our food over here.
We make it taste good so that you'll buy it, even though it's bad for
Even
you.
though there's consequences of
Yeah,
the
the
law.
absolute
There's
worst
reasons
thing you
why
can get
things
is Skittles.
taste like.
And
Yeah.
people and kids love Skittles.
Hate Skittles
Not no more.
With a passion.
I don't like Skittles.
I don't either.
Nuh-uh.
It's stuck in my teeth.
No.
Anyway, but is that all for February?
You mean on our calendar?
Yeah.
It's all up to February 5th.
There you go.
I mean, we're going to have a whole lot more February after that.
Absolutely. So the best way to find out all of the things that are in there, because there are actually, I'd say 100 things, if not 150 things that are on here. Not only events, but resources for individuals in the community. If you don't get the paper and check that out, you're missing out because there's something to do locally. You don't have to drive far.
And I was about to say, I never realized we had that much stuff going on in our community until we started having it in our paper.
I know.
And I was like, wow, we're actually a pretty busy little community.
We
That
really
makes me
are.
so happy that you
I
said
know,
that.
I know. And
It
you know,
is.
Jaden's not even 21 years old yet. She will be in
On the
January.
30th.
On the 30th.
On the 30th, yep.
Yeah,
First
we're
birthday.
gonna take
Aries.
her out to the shop and get her a drink, a legal drink.
Illegal.
I can't say it's her first drink.
You know
but
that
I'll
when
say
you
it's
turn
okay.
21, you're supposed to buy everybody a drink.
Oh, no.
No,
No, that's not how it works.
not here.
How does that work?
We buy her drinks.
Is that how that works?
Yeah,
Supposed to?
yeah. Like
We're supposed to get her so that she
No.
doesn't want to do it again.
no, we just buy her
a
a
drink.
and
Okay.
then we toast her that she's
So how
21.
many people? So is it everybody that goes buys her a drink, or the group buys her a drink?
She's invited the office staff.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're all supposed to show up with our spouses, with her and her husband.
Okay,
We're
that's
gonna get her a
1,
drink.
2, 3, 4. Okay.
Do you need
It's like a
more
six-pack.
fingers to
No,
count on?
I have to take my shoes
I
off.
don't know.
That's a lot of people, Earlene.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, we'll buy you small drinks.
there you go.
So
Oh,
you-
no, small drinks are powerful. We'll buy her a big fruity something.
Well, yeah, you know, there's a place, it's called the Yardstick in D.C. that I used to go to all the time when I go to D.C., and it is a yard of beer. I think that would be
Whoa.
enough. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
looks are deceiving. It's like taking a McDonald's small and a medium and pouring them into each other, and they're
Without
both
the
exactly,
ice.
yeah,
You
and they're
know,
both exactly
El
the
Camino's
same
got
volume.
That, El Camino's has got that big
They
tall
got that
thing.
big old
Dude.
fountain thing.
Yeah.
And it's-
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
It's impressive. Oh, yeah.
Wow, I didn't. Why didn't y'all tell me about that today?
You're not going to have that in the middle of the day, Steve.
El Camino used to have the 75-cent margaritas
Oh, yeah.
on
Yeah.
Tuesdays. My
Okay.
family would go every Tuesday.
Yeah.
And again, if you have these problems, then the community calendar, there's plenty of resources to go and visit. Just kidding. There is a lot going on. We would ask that you just continue to stay tuned with us. And Earlene's working with a great team of writers. And to all of our writers out there, thank you so much for what you're doing for the paper and then the time that you're putting into this. It is just simply amazing to see all of them, you know, coordinated effort to come through every week and to get us into the paper and what we're doing. You know, as things pick back up, hopefully the you know, we'll get back to the 8 and 8 style of the paper, but coming back after the first of the year, things kind of slow down. So, you know, but with the fair catalog, the Meade County Magazine /tourism, that'll come out very soon. And those are also additionals that come with the subscription. So subscribe.
Yep, do it.
And our online e-edition, you can always go back to the old editions and stuff like that. I do have photos of last year's pageant that will be going up on our website, and only those who have a subscription will be able to see those from last year's pageant. So I ask that you go online, and you can
I
have
got a little bit nervous when you said that. I was like, oh, please, Lord, don't
I thought he was going to, yeah, I know. I thought he was going to put hers up. Now, you know, Jaden is a
I
former
know.
queen.
I'll do that as the cover page. I
We
know.
should, yeah.
That's right. I got to put her back up on the camera here. Hold on.
That's right. That's right.
Let's see. Picture in picture. There she is. Ah, she's back up. Now I did call her off guard. She didn't come in with all of her makeup on today, but she's here.
You didn't
I-
have to.
I prepare.
You did not have to bring that
Listen,
up.
I
no,
know.
it's okay. I prepare myself Tuesdays and Thursdays because I go to massage school. So
Yep.
I have to dress comfortably. And then they were like, let's go. And I was like, no.
She was like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. So interesting. So I just want to say thank you to all those folks out there. Earlene, you're doing a fabulous job. Appreciate
you.
the work you're doing. You want to kind of make your final thought, and I'll take it away from there.
Well, my final thoughts are, you know, this was a really busy weekend. When we left here on Friday, we thought we had the paper put to bed. And you
Breaking
know,
news.
Breaking news. We had lots of breaking news over the weekend. So we had to, Nancy and I had to completely change the front page because we felt like that was important to do. So we got that done before the paper was shipped off this morning. It's a good time to be a Meade Countyan. It's a good time to be here. We are doing our very best. I think everybody that's in this company agrees, whether it's writers or admins or salespeople or whatever. We agree that this is a really loving time to be a part of this newspaper. And so buying it, you're not going to buy it to get breaking news. You're going to buy it to get the news of your community. You're going to find out about what your neighbors are up to. You're going to get to see, you're going to get pictures that you can cut out and put on your refrigerator or send across the country to grandma or something like that. So this is a good time for you guys to stick with us, and we are grateful and thankful for everybody that has been supportive.
Great. I couldn't have said it any better. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to the show. We hope you have a great rest of your week. It is going to be
Cold.
very cold.
-6 degrees tomorrow.
Yeah, so be prepared. Check on those that are your neighbors out there. Make sure that the heat's running, especially for those that don't get around like they used to. And, you know, it doesn't matter how old they are or young they are. Some people just can't get out and get around. So just check on them. Show them some love. And, you know, be safe.
Be patient with each other.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Get away.
I didn't get that in.